Hello and welcome to the 2024 IPF World Open Classic Powerlifting Championships. Presented by Leica SBD, we are live from Druskininkai, Lithuania. We have the 84 plus kilo B group for you here this morning. It's not the 84 plus and the 120 plus B groups as advertised. The rest of the 120 plus B group has been moved to the A group session, so you'll need to tune in a bit later if you're looking for them. My name's Jo Whiteley. I am here this morning with Chris Andrews, all the way from Australia. Chris, thanks for joining us in the commentary booth today.
Thanks for having me, Joe.
And we are just a few seconds away from getting underway. We have Monique Body in this group. She has the M1 total world record, and she's opening only 8 kilos away from the M1 squat world record. So we could have some excitement in this session.
Yeah, well, 84 plus, I think both this morning session and this afternoon session are going to be absolutely crazy. Could be one of the best sessions we've seen all week.
Could be. For me, the 84 plus women in Malta was one of the best sessions of the whole competition. And we have Sunita, who is she is the first woman in the IPF to squat 300 kilos in sleeves. Narrowly missed out to Brittany Schlater last year, but we have a new challenger as well. Alexis Jones is coming to take the challenge to our two super heavyweight queens.
Yeah, I think we have all 4 world record holders here today in the A group, and obviously the Masters 1 record holder here in the B group this morning. It's going to be exciting.
We are kicking off with Lydia Kriviskienė, Lithuania. She's opening her account with 140 kilos. Always a great opportunity when the World Championships comes to your home nation for lifters who might not otherwise be able to travel.
A very nice opener there for Lydia. It's easy work of it.
Oh, interesting. Lydia, she competed in the equipped last year when we were in Druskininkai. It's her first classic international. And here is her teammate, Ausra Lubowskienė. 150 on the bar. A little bit of a dive bomb style. That's fine as long as you catch it on the way up. 3 white lights.
Yeah, I think great to see the growth of powerlifting in these countries after they host the World Championships, and we start to see them pop up on the platform more and more often.
And to your point, Catherine Portelli, next out, is from Malta. And the Maltese Federation was tiny, barely existed really before we did our World Championships there last year. And now we have Maltese teams coming to all our competitions.
Yeah, there's been a few competitors this week. It's been a big turnout in the crowd, and they've been electric when they've been here supporting their team. So it's been great to see.
Nice and easy 155 for Catherine. Oh, but not deep enough. The little red mark underneath the red light shows the category of the failure. In squat, the red card is always for depth. Yeah, you can see she just hit parallel.
Yeah, she's right on the line there. Just needs to sink it a touch further, and she'll be okay on the second.
And next out, it's Ubong Idem, Hungary. Actually American, she's lifting for Hungary. I think she's at university over there. Saw her lift in Estonia at the Euros last December. She squatted 195 at that competition. So we might see her take some big jumps when she gets this 170 on the board.
It's a little bit of work, but gets through to the top. Just rocked her out of position a little bit, but I think the nerves on that first squat at your first World Championships is always going to put you off just a little bit. But nevertheless, she gets 2-1. Little blue card there, potentially for a little dip of the bar.
I think lockout.
Or lockout, was it? Okay.
Oh, it's hard to say because there's multiple failures on the different cards, but blue can be for either downward movement of the bar or soft lockout if your knees aren't locked at the top of the lift. Here's Hanna Sigurjónsdóttir, Iceland, for 185. First international competition. This is a nerve-wracking moment, Chris.
Yeah, absolutely, and opening up just 10 kilos below her previous personal best.
Handled that well, did get one depth call. So we can see that back from the side she got the red. I think she'll be okay with that. We have a 5-man jury, I should say a 5-person jury on duty today. They can overturn if they are in majority agreement. And here's Olivia Perotti, South Africa, 190 on the bar. She squatted 175 in Malta last year, opening with 190 here. That's some progression.
It's a little bit of work, but nice 3-white light lift. I see her PB there, 200.5, so she's must have progressed a bit since Malta and potentially holds a national record back in South Africa to get that chip.
Or possibly she didn't have a great day in Malta.
Always hard with the travel, particularly from the southern hemisphere to the northern hemisphere, so it's quite possible.
I was speaking from an Australian perspective there. You cross a lot of time zones as well, whereas South Africa is on the same or very similar time zone to Europe, so at least they don't have to cross time zones. Now here is Monique Body, USVI. 210 on the bar. Now she did have the squat world record at 212.5. Mel Copeland took it, and now it's with Rebecca Coggle. So I reckon she'll be looking to take that back today.
Just taking your time to get set on the bar. Lifters have a full minute to get the squat command.
Gets a bit panicky when you hear the bips though.
Well, a great looking opener there. Don't think she'll have any problems with depth. 2-1, good lift.
Interesting, yellow card from the side referee. A yellow card does cover a range of infractions. But I can't see what the ref saw there. And we are through at the first round already. This is moving so quickly. Lydia Kriviskienė, Lithuania now at 145. Only gone up 5.
Yeah, and only a 7-person flight this morning, so the lifters are only going to get sort of around the 6-minute mark between their lifts.
Three white lights. I was a little bit concerned when she opened her hands after she got the start command. You need to keep your hands on the bar. Wasn't penalised for that, which is good. She's on the board. So this is Catherine Portelli. She missed her opener on depth. She's taking the same weight again. That's probably a smart move.
Yeah, absolutely. Need to get one on the board, particularly at her first World Championships. She was only just shy of depth on her opener. Let's see how she goes here.
That looked better from that angle. She still drew one red card from the side referee though. Always puts you in danger of the jury.
I think she should be okay there. Definitely looks a little bit deeper than her opener, so let's see if the jury leave it alone.
Yeah, they've sat back. They are not concerned. And Ausra Lubauskienė now at Lithuania for 160. 10 kilo jump from her opener, which is fairly standard in this weight class.
And she gets 3 white lights for that. A very nice second attempt, handling a 10 kilo jump well. And yeah, I think sort of that 10 to 15 kilo jump in this weight class would be pretty normal, except the fact that we have the 7-person flight and it may be faster than they train back at home. But you know, most lifters know, they expect that they're going to be in fast flights and they've adjusted their training to suit.
It's certainly faster than I train at home. Now here is Ubong Idem, Hungary, retaking the 170 she missed. I think it was depth. Yeah. She's a strong lifter. She is more than capable of this weight. Just needs to sink it a tiny bit more. A little bit sticky in the middle bit.
Yeah, so she definitely sinks it a lot deeper, and then she hit a little sticking point. I'm not sure if one of the refs has seen just a little bit of movement on the bar as she hits this sticking point. Right. And it looks okay.
It's the knees.
The knees are soft, yeah, yep. Yeah, she needs to really squeeze those quads at the top and convince that ref that her knees are fully locked.
Now here's Hannah Sigurjonsdottir, Iceland, for 195. We have got the rankings on the screen on the graphic there, but don't forget we'll take all these results forward to the A group later today. Another one on the board there for Hannah.
Yeah, she moves that weight well. 7.5 kilo jump from her opener.
And we have another 7.5 kilo jump here. It is Olivia Perotti, South Africa, 197.5.
Creeping right up on her previous personal best at 200.5. Opener moved very nicely.
But she's approaching her top end now, I think.
Yeah, a little bit of work there. Does move well. I think she cut it right on the line for depth. She certainly can't afford to go any higher.
I think that was the very definition of just in.
Absolutely, but that's all you need.
Now here we go. Monique Body is taking no prisoners. She's going straight for the record on her second attempt. Record is with Rebecca Coggle and it's at 2:18. Obviously Monique can't chip a master's record at this comp. And she's elected to go right past 220, which would have taken it. 222.5 on the bar. Now she handles the weight well. I was a little bit concerned about the depth.
Yeah, again, just like her opener, gets 2-1. Good lift. See if the jury are going to take a look at it.
There's a discussion going on, so we'll keep our eye on that. And that's where we are at the end of the second round with Monique Body on 222.5, Perotti with 197.5 and Sigurjonsdottir on 195. No movement from the jury there, so that was a good lift for Monique. And here's Lydia Kriviskiene for her final squat of 150.
Well, she has to work for it, but she sticks with it really nicely. Great depth, gets the 3 white lights.
I loved how the expression changed halfway up. I'm going, oh wow, I'm going to have to take this seriously now. And here's Catherine Portelli, Malta, 162.5.
And first 2 squats move well for the weight, but she did miss that first one on depth. Just got the second one in. Let's see how she goes here. Just with a 7.5 kilo jump up. Well, she handles the weight well, and she gets 2-to-1 white lights. Good lift.
Overruled on depth, unfortunately. That was no lift for Portelli. Here's Ausra Lubauskiene, Lithuania, for 170. She's taking 10 kilo jumps all the way through. Well, there's a case of celebrating too early, unfortunately. Get it back in the rack, wait for your white lights, and then do your celebrating. There's the lesson there.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. She does really well to stick through the grinding point in the middle, but she just gets too excited and takes that little step backwards. Now, one of the rules of the squat, you can't move your feet. They must stay in position, and unfortunately, she just gets off balance.
If she'd waited just a second to get the rack command there, she would have been fine. Here's Ubongi Dem, Hungary, for 180.
Big 10 kilo jump here from her second. Second move well.
Knees look better this time.
Yeah. This right side one did definitely look a little bit soft from where I'm sitting. She gets it 2-to-1. Let's see if the jury want to come into play here. Oh yeah, they've overruled, unfortunately.
Yeah, you're right. It was still unlocked. It's an easy fix. Unfortunately, didn't manage to fix it in time for that squat. So we've got up to 200 kilos now for Hannah Sigurjonsdottir.
Should be a 5 kilo personal best for Hannah. Hannah's still in her first year of competition, so amazing to see her here on the world stage.
And you can see she's really strong. Technique is still a little bit scrappy.
Yeah, and at just 25 years of age, she's got definitely room to move over the next couple of years. She could be one to keep an eye on.
Olivia Perotti, South Africa, for 205 kilos.
So this will be a 4.5 kilo personal best attempt for Olivia. Plenty of experience. She's been competing for 7 years.
That attempt selection was right on the money.
Ah, and there she gets 3 white lights. Great work.
One squat remains in this session, and it's Monique Body. She knocked the Masters 1 squat world record up the road with her second attempt. She's looking for another 2.5 kilos on it. A little bit late to the bar, but here she comes.
I think this is a smart weight selection here. Her second was work. She probably has a little bit of room in the tank, but just stretch that record out a little bit further.
And of course, she's been getting a depth call from one of the side referees. So as the weight goes up, you do find people tend to cut a little bit more. Very high bar.
She moves the weight well. 2-1, good lift. Again, that red from the side judge for Deb. Let's see if the jury want to get involved.
There's a discussion going on. I think there's disagreement.
Well, the side that we see on the replay definitely looks okay from our angle.
They have sat back. That is a good lift. And Monique Body takes the M1 squat world record with 225. Perotti on 205. Sigurjonsdottir on 200. We're going to take a 20-minute break now. See you back here for bench. Welcome back to the IPF World Classic Open Powerlifting Championships. We are live from Druskininkai, Lithuania, and we have the 84 kilo B group here for you today. We are through to the bench press part of the competition. We saw a squat world record in the Masters 1 category for Monique Body. In fact, we saw 2. She broke it twice, ended up with 225. And we are about to get underway with Lydia Kriviskiene, Lithuania, who is going to open her account with 65 kilos.
Good to see we've got all of our lifters with a squat on the board. A few missed openers on depth, but all got back there on the seconds and thirds. Great to see.
And Chris, you just pointed out that Monique Body is opening relatively close to the Masters 1 bench world record as well, held by Dr. Melinda Lombosi right now, so we'll see how she gets on with that. But first, here's Lydia for 65.
There for Lydia. Nice easy bench press for her opener.
And next out, it's her compatriot, Ausra Lubowskiene, for 72.5.
And Ausra opening up just below her previous personal best of 75. Gets it 2-1, but she has got a yellow card infringement there. Now, in the bench press, yellow card can mean a number of things, but predominantly we'll be looking for a butt lift or a movement of the feet or head.
Didn't see any of those on this occasion. But the side referees are looking at, they could be looking at grip, movement of the head, as you say, the feet, the butt lifting.
Can also be for jumps of calls, but no problems there.
Here's Catherine Portelli for 72.5. A little bit awkward just getting to the bottom of the press there. But the weight presented, no problems at all.
It just takes a moment to settle on the chest, but strong press.
And here's Hanna Sigurjonsdottir from Iceland for 87.5. Relatively new lifter, as you say. She put up 200 kilos in the squat. On the women's side, the bench is the thing that takes the longest to build up.
And she moves that very nicely. Now, we have seen a red from the centre ref, which we're probably going to look at elbow depth here. Let's see what this replay looks like.
So the rule is that the bottom of the elbow must be at least parallel with the middle of the shoulder joint. And it's difficult because she tucks a long way. Yeah, it's been overruled. If you're tucked in, it looks very different to if you have a very flared style.
Yeah, let's see if they can make a little adjustment out the back between her second.
But we have Olivia Perotti on the bench right now for 90 kilos.
And Olivia makes light work of that one, but again, we see the red infringement from the centre ref.
Yeah, that left arm.
Yeah, right one probably meets the mark, but the left is definitely a bit higher. Let's see what the jury have to say.
They've sat back. So that was a good lift. And here's Ubong Idem. Had trouble on her squat on lockout. Just seemed to have difficulty getting her knees locked. Opening her bench with 102.5.
Very proficient bench press there for Ugong. She does a nice sinking style, times it really nicely, 3 white lights. And that was just 2.5 kilos below her previous personal best, so I think she should be on pace today to take a personal record later on in the day.
And here's Monique Body. She's opening with 137.5. The record is currently 144. So let's see how this one moves. She's got relatively short upper arms, so hopefully she can make an adjustment to cover the elbow depth. That rule only came in at the beginning of last year, so some of the lifters are still making adjustments for it.
That's where you'll see, particularly in these heavier weight classes, you'll see a lot of lifters starting to use the sink technique to just get that extra bit of elbow depth. And if they time it well, it can also be quite beneficial to get that spring off the chest.
And that's a good lift, and she moved it easily enough. Let's see if we have a world record attempt coming up on her second.
Yeah, it definitely looks like she has a bit of room to move, so you may see it loaded for the second.
Platform crew moving like lightning. The next lifter is already on the platform, and it's Lydia Kriskiene. 70 kilos on the bar. Now that did not move like a second attempt.
A bit of work, hits a couple of sticking points along the way, but she manages to keep the bar moving upwards and gets the 3 white lights. So that's a good lift. Let's see. I think they'll probably do a 2.5 jump there for a third, but that did look tough.
And here's Ausra Lebowskiene for 77.5. I think she will have learned to keep her celebrations low-key for these lifts.
And nice press there. 3 white lights, that gives her a 2.5 kilo personal best, so she's having a great start to bench press.
Catherine Portelli now, also for 77.5. Nice second attempt there, gives her a little bit of room to move up.
Yeah, she's got plenty of room left in the tank there for her third. Again, they're moving in 5 kilo jumps, so I expect they'll probably do the same there for her third.
Now here's Hannah Sigurjonsdottir. She had her first attempt turned down for lack of elbow depth, but she's gone up anyway. 90 kilos on the bar.
Yeah, it's an interesting move, but I guess they feel that maybe a little bit of weight, they can sink it just a little bit deeper and just get that elbow depth clear of the midpoint of the shoulder.
And she did sink a bit more, but I'm not certain it will be enough. Oh, it absolutely is enough. 3 white lights cannot be overturned.
Yeah, and that's much better. I don't think she sunk at all in the opener, so she's been able to adjust in only a 5-minute turnaround. She's been able to add the sink and gets the lift on the board, so great to see.
Now it's fine to sink before you get the start command, but you will fail if you sink after you're told to press. Olivia Perotti, 97.5.
Does well there, Olivia. 2.5 kilo PB for herself on the second. 3 white lights. Yeah, the sink is a tough one. It can work very effectively, but you do have to time it, as Joe said, to sink before the press command. Otherwise, it'll be a no lift.
Here's Ubong Idem for 107.5. Her opener was super fast.
Well, not much difference there to her opener. Moves very well. She's got a really nice sink technique down pat, and that gives her a 2.5 kilo personal best for her second.
And here we go. Monique Body is wanting all the records today. She could have taken it with 145. She's gone up to 147.5. That is some confidence. Looking to plaster her name all over the record books today. She was shaking quite extravagantly before she started the lift, but it didn't slow her down at all. That is another record for Monique Body.
Yeah, it was a little bit of work for her, but does really nice press and takes that record, extends that record out by 3.5 kilos. Great day out, 2 records so far from the 2 lifts that we've had. See if she can extend it a little bit further on her third.
Final bench here for Lydia Kraviskiene, 72.5. A little bit too heavy today, unfortunately.
Looks like she's just lost a little bit of tension on the way down to the chest. That last inch or so, the bar just kind of dropped, and I think that just threw her out of position to touch. But in her first World Championships, she's having a great day so far.
Out for Lubowskiene now. Taking another 5 kilo jump up to 82.5.
And if successful, this will be a 5 kilo personal best.
Well, she's muscled it to the top. That bar stopped dead. She was really did well to get it going again.
Now, she's got 2-to-1 white lights with the blue card. I think they'll be looking to see if this bar dips during this centerpiece here.
Hard to say with that lateral shift. I'm glad it's not me making that call.
Yeah, this one could go either way. Let's see what the jury has to say.
They're sat back. Catherine Portelli for her final bench of the day. It's 82.5. And that's not quite going.
just shifts back a bit on her there, gets too far over her face, and she just can't quite press out of there. But she's had a good bench press session, hasn't left too many kilos behind.
Anna Sigurjónsdóttir, Iceland. She's made an adjustment, had her first turn down for lack of elbow depth, managed to get 3 white lights on her second, added 5 kilos here to get to 95.
Wow, she makes that look easy, gets the 3 white lights. So I don't know if she sinks in practice or if they've just added that in the back room between lifts, but she's doing it very proficiently now.
Three lifts remain, and this is Olivia Perotti, South Africa, for 102.5. Just a shade too much, I think. Oh, wow, it's still moving.
Wow. So the left arm starts to press, the right arm catches up. She gets the 3 white lights. That's amazing.
Showed some real grit and determination. I thought she'd lost it right there and it wasn't going anywhere. But she got the left arm going and the right arm joined the party in the end. Ubong Idem for 110. Her 107.5 was really good, really comfortable. So 2.5 kilos more should be fine.
Does that with ease. That's a 2.5 kilo PB for herself. Gets the 3 white lights.
And I think she had more in the tank.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they could have went to 5 there, but given she had that shaky start in squats, just making sure they get the kilos on the board to carry into the deadlift session.
And here we go. It is the Monique Body Show this morning. She's looking for her 4th world record of the day. 150 on the bar. I was right on the limit.
Now she gets 2 to 1. Good lift so far. Let's see what the refs have to say about elbow depth. I think that looks okay. Let's see if they sit back.
Yeah, I don't think they're too concerned. So that was Monique Body with another Masters 1 world record at 150. Ubongi Dem takes 110 and Perotti on 102.5. We're going to take a 20-minute break now. Join us back here for deadlift. Welcome back to Druskininkai, Lithuania. This is the 84 plus B group. We have the A group lifting as part of the prime time live on Eurosport later today. And this has all been about Monique Body, really. She broke the squat world record twice. She broke the bench world record twice. If she gets her opener in, she's going to break the total world record as well. We are underway and we have Lydia Kriviskiene, Lithuania, for 145 to open a deadlift.
Nice looking opener there for Lydia. 3 white lights.
A little bit slow to break from the floor, but that is typical of sumo.
And it's just 5 kilos below her previous personal best, so she should be on track for a PB here today if she keeps going.
Ausra Lubowskiene now, looking for 150. No messing about with setup there, just straight to the bar, picks it up. Waiting in the wings, we have Olivia Perotti, South Africa. 175 for her opener.
And she makes light work of that one. Just looked down to her hand there at the top. Not sure if she maybe felt something on her grip, but needless to say, that's a good lift, and she's had a great day so far. Done really well in the squat and the bench press.
It looked kind of habitual to me, as though she always looks to the right at the top. Ubong Edam now for the same weight, 175.
Oh, very speedy opener there. 3 white lights, no problems.
Here's Hannah Sigurjónsdóttir, Iceland, for 195. A little bit of work to do at lockout.
Yeah, you'll see that a bit today in these heavier weight classes where the bar just gets stuck on the thighs a little bit, and they have to work pretty hard to get the hips through, but she does well.
That's exactly like my deadlift. I can get anything to my knees. It's the lockout that's the hard part.
And even in the 120s yesterday, we've seen that quite a bit as well. So it's just to work hard on that posterior chain.
Catherine Portelli, Malta, for 197.5. That's a big opener.
Good lift, 3 white lights, and she's showing a PB there of 220 kilos, so she's a big deadlifter. There's some reasonable sized jumps for her, I would say, to her second and third.
And speaking of big deadlifters, here's Monique Body. She's opening with 225. This will decimate the total world record, which is currently standing at 582.5.
Yeah, she's had an amazing day out so far, just missing the... Oh, did she miss the last bench press? Can't remember now.
No, she got
it in the end. So she's had a great day out so far, and this is looking to move her 22 kilos ahead of a nomination, which is pretty crazy to see.
No drama there.
Yeah, definitely has some room to move for her second and third.
Just taking a look at her record and her lifetime PB is the 582.5 she's nominated with. Did that at the Masters Worlds in Mongolia. You can still progress and put weight on your lifts even as a master. Second round, this is spinning around really fast, and it's Lydia Kriviskiene, Lithuania, for 142.5.
Yeah, great patience off the floor there, just sticks with it and gets her through the lockout without too many problems. A little bit of work, so probably have maybe another 5 kilo jump there to a third, maybe 7.5.
Arisra Lubowskiene for 160.
And she doesn't muck around, she's straight out from the side, picks up the bar, and that equals her current PB of 160 kilos.
Probably the fastest setup I've seen all week.
She barely gets stationary.
Here's Ubong Idem. She made short work of 175. This is 190.
Well, that was just as fast as her opener. Current PB's at 200. I think she'll be looking potentially to go another 15 kilo jump and exceed that one today.
Here's Olivia Perotti, South Africa, for 192.5.
Well, it was a bit of work. It was a big jump up from her second. She took a 17.5 kilo jump. She had to work for it, but 3 white lights nevertheless.
Anna Sigurjonsdottir, she is through the 200 kilo barrier, 205 for her second attempt. I wonder if that will convince the judges. No, unfortunately not. She just couldn't seem to get her hips through and her shoulders back. I've been in that position and looked hopefully at the referees myself.
Yeah, just a touch soft there on the shoulders, and maybe some supporting on the thighs from that, or dipping in the bar from that blue card as well.
Catherine Portelli, 207.5. Slowing down a little now.
Yeah, It gets her through white lights. Definitely a little bit more work than her opener, but still gets her through to lockout fairly easily. A little bit of room there for her to move.
Now here's my new body. She opened with 225. The record is at 255, and I thought that's going to be out of range. But if she's taking 242.5 for her second, maybe not. Well, what do you think, Chris? Do you think she's going to go for it?
I'm not sure. I mean, without knowing her lifting, I would have said that was pretty much close to the limit.
Yeah, I think another 15 kilos seems ambitious.
I think so. That was a lot of work. She might have a little bit more in the tank, but I don't think jumping all the way to, well, she'll have to go to 257 to beat it. So that's a long way.
Final round of deadlift now, and it's Lydia Kviskiene to do her final lift on the international platform, 157.5. Very well judged third attempt.
Yeah, I think that was perfectly selected. Again, she's got great patience off the floor and is able to just pull that one through to lockout. 3 white lights for I think it was a 5 kilo personal best for her today. So she's had a great day out at her first Open World Championships.
And her teammate is out next. It's Auzra Lubowskiene for 170. Taking consistent 10 kilo jumps.
And 3 white lights. She moves that one well.
Chris, I've just seen that Monique has indeed put in 257.5.
Well, I suppose she's got nothing to lose.
And wouldn't it be great to collect all the world records?
It would be very nice to hold all of them. And yeah, look, I mean, she's already, her position's locked in. She's already taken the Masters 1 total record and extended it quite significantly.
Put 50 kilos on it today.
Absolutely. So she's probably, she never knows if she's going to be back in this position again, so she might as well load it and see what happens.
Olivia Perotti, South Africa. 5 kilo jump up to 197.5.
Wow. She sticks with it. Gets 2 to 1.
I was a little bit concerned about supporting, but 2 to 1 is good enough.
Let's have a look here on the replay.
It's when you lean back and the knees slip under the bar that the bar ends up resting on the thighs.
She's probably done okay there. I'll see if the jury leaves it alone.
Yeah, they've sat back. And here's Ubong Idem for her final lift of the day. It's 202.5.
That's a 2 to 1 good lift. for a 2.5 kilo PB for Ubong.
She's really going to have to work on her lockout, just locking her knees and making sure that her elbows are back. I think her knees were a tad soft there again.
I think you're right. I think similar to the squat, she struggles just to get those knees completely locked, but it's good enough that she's convinced the referees that it's a good lift. So good day out for her.
Now here's Hannah Sigurjónsdóttir. For her second attempt at 205, just couldn't quite lock it out. Really needs to focus on her position at the bottom of the lift and get as much speed as she can to drive past that difficult lockout. That's a tough position to be in. I've been stuck there myself, and you just cannot get through. But what fixed it for me wasn't block pulls or working at the top end, it was working on back position from the floor.
Yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of people see when they struggle at lockout and they think I need to work on that top end, but you're right. It's all about being able to hold that really nice position off the floor that will let you get your hips through easily at the top.
2:12.5 now for Catherine Portelli. I think we're going to see some blue cards here.
Yeah.
Possibly some red ones as well. Yeah. She edged it up on her thighs, so the weight of the bars resting on the thighs, and colloquially known as hitching. It's called supporting in the rule book. Now here we go, it is the Monique Body Show again. She's trying to clean sweep the M1 super heavyweight records. Took back the squat record, took the bench record for the first time. She has absolutely smashed the total record to pieces. Here she is for the deadlift record too.
If successful, this will push her quite significantly up the leaderboard when we get into the A flight tonight as well. 632.5 total if successful.
But a second was work, so this is a big ask. But it was worth a try.
Yeah, absolutely. She had nothing to lose. She might as well give it a crack, and she manages to break the floor at least. So, but this has been a big day for her. She's had great success in the squat and bench press, taking that total record. Excellent day out in the body.
So that's where we ended up with Monique Body pulling 242.5, Portelli on 207.5, and Adrian with 202. And that's 617.5 kilos total for Monique Body, which was a Masters 1 world record. Perotti gets 505, Sigurjónsdóttir 490. And we will take those results forward to the A group, which will be starting at 3 p.m. local time. We have one session remaining in this 8-day competition, and it's going to be a doozy. Join us then.